Now it's time for Open House, sponsored by Pyramid Heating and Cooling.
Well, this is an exciting interview we've got today. I've got Bob Marshall, co-founder and CEO of Whisker Labs. I'm a user myself. I love Ting Fire. Welcome to Around the House Northwest.
Eric, it is great to be here. Look forward to our discussion today.
Thanks, man. This is something that rarely do I have a product that I can bring on my show that I'm like, this could save thousands of people's lives and property, and you guys have done it. Let's talk about it today.
Yeah, Eric, it is. We're very passionate about it, and that's what motivates us every day is we are saving lives. At the end of the day, it's my sister-in-law's house burned down 6 years ago from an electrical fire. Terrible, terrible fire. They lost a pet. Fortunately, none of the family died, but they did lose a cherished pet. And I challenged some of our engineers and scientists in the prior company. I said, why can't we prevent these fires? Can we figure out something to do this? And it was a hard problem, but we did ultimately figure it out. And every day we work hard to prevent fires.
Yeah, it is great. Let's explain to everybody that doesn't know. I mean, I did a little segment on it earlier this year, but just as a little introduction, but let's talk about it so people understand what this actually does for them.
Yeah, so electrical fires, if you listen to the National Fire Protection Association, there's 50,000 of these fires every year. They're terrible, amongst the worst fires that impact homes. And they usually start with loose connections or damaged wires. And it could be inside of the wall, it could be down in the basement, and electricity is flowing all the time, right? So these fires can happen when you're away from home. They can happen at night when you're sleeping. That's why they're so devastating. But basically these loose connections, they all arc. It's called electrical arcing. Think of it like a spark, right? If you touch two wires together and you make a spark, except it starts out much, much smaller than that. So we created a product, we call it Ting, and I'll hold it up here. So the plug is right here. It's just a super smart plug, right? You plug it into any outlet in your house and connect it to your Wi-Fi, and it will monitor your entire house, just one sensor. And it will detect electrical arcing that's happening anywhere in the house, and that'll be noticed by the system. And then, if we do happen to detect a problem in your home, which hopefully we never do, but we do about 10 times a day now. We save 10 families a day, and our fire safety team members would be in touch with the homeowner, work through a troubleshooting plan, find and fix the hazard before it can start a fire.
That is great. And there are so many issues out there, and it could be those 1960s or 70s stab lock connectors in the back of an old outlet to some of those old electrical service panels out there that have been heating up and arcing and that have been recalled for 20 or 30 years that people just haven't gotten a chance to change out yet.
Yeah, it is, Eric, it is crazy what we see every day. When Ting detects a problem in a home and our team works with the homeowner, we ultimately find it, and we get just insane pictures of outlets inside of walls that are burned and singed, or a problem in the electrical breaker panel, or, some power strip that's, clearly gone bad. So, it is, electricity at the end of the day. Obviously, we all need it every single day, right? Increasingly, our society, our life, we require and depend on electricity, but it is dangerous. If there's loose connections or anything going on in the house, it can cause a fire. And, so it's pretty amazing what we find every day. There's been 4,000 cases to date now.
Yeah, and think of how many people, especially during the winter months, that plug in that space heater to the power strip and all of those things that happen. It's just such a common source for fires. And you have a plug and play option that if I remember right, even some of the insurance companies are help picking up costs on.
Yeah, I tell you, you hit on it there too. When we come into the winter months, around the holidays, everybody's plugging in lights and all kinds of wires everywhere. And then the space heaters are notorious for causing problems, right? You can easily overload an outlet, but yeah, so there's, a variety of things we see, relative to insurance. Yeah. We are working with a number of insurance companies that obviously have to deal with the aftermath of electrical fires and help families and pay all the recovery and all that stuff. So they're very interested in helping prevent those fires as well. It's much, much better for the customer, right? To prevent the fire, but then it's also good for the insurance company. They have a happy customer and they're not paying the losses. So State Farm Insurance is one of our largest partners. One of the largest companies in the world, and they really love Ting. We're deploying well over 1 million Tings now over the course of the next number of months. So, but nationwide, Liberty Mutual, Erie Insurance, and a number of others are launching as well. So, so there's a bunch of partners that can help customers get Ting in their home right through the insurance company as well.
Yeah, that's great. Anything that saves lives and saves property, including those pets, is a good thing. So how does it actually work? Is it just listening in the electrical system, or how does that work without getting too deep in the weeds?
Yeah, I'll just modify the listening word, but
Yeah.
it's not, there's no microphone. But yeah, we sense the voltage, and it is super sophisticated. I mean, so we actually take, in this one little plug, we take 30 million measurements every single second. 30
Wow.
million measurements every single second of every single day. And then there's machine learning and artificial intelligence on the device. We send data up to the cloud. And at those frequencies, we can detect the tiniest arcing that is going on. So, it is while it's simple for the customer, you just plug it in, connect it to Wi-Fi. It is super sophisticated on the back end, how it all works. But it's fortunately, we've done a lot of work, got some great engineers, great scientists, and our fire safety team are the world's leading experts on electrical fire safety. So, but when you put it all together, we're doing pretty well at preventing fires and saving lives.
Bob, and you did bring up a good thing with safety and security as well. A lot of people are worried about smart home things and AI and that stuff. This is just monitoring your electrical system. There's no microphones or anything else in
Yeah,
it, so
no
it's pretty
microphones, no
secure.
cameras, no motion sensors. I mean, we just monitor the electricity for one purpose, and that is to prevent fires. The only other value that is very clear for the homeowner is one single Ting sensor monitors your house and protects your house, but the network of Tings in the community actually monitors the utility grid. So we're finding incredible numbers of problems on the utility grid as well. So we're trying to help the utilities. You hear about all these disasters, some of the wildfires, in the western states, where it's dry and arid climates. Some of these fires are started by the utilities and faults on the utility grid. So we're actually working with the utilities to help prevent wildfires as well.
That's great. And one hidden benefit is mine is I absolutely love it. If I'm out running around and I see that I have a power outage, my Ting tells me there's a power outage. So now I need to go home and deal with it, whether or not I'm not out running around 8 or 10 hours on a day going, oh, wow, I've had the power off and the food's going bad in the fridge.
Yeah, so the power outage notifications will notify you. Hopefully, I don't know if you've had any, but power surges, power brownouts, internet outages, all of those things will provide notification for you as well. It's an opportunity for us to engage as a customer, let them know that Ting's monitoring their home for safety and keeping everybody informed.
Yeah, and I do love that how you can see what the voltage is in your house right on the app, and you have complete control of it from your app, which is great. And it's a really smart app that's easy to navigate.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, we work hard. I think, from our perspective, one of the challenges that, that we faced early on is, while it's super sophisticated in the data and all that stuff, how could we make it simple for the homeowner? And, it can't be many sensors that you have to plug in and put all around your house. It had to be one sensor. We wanted to make it super easy, super engaging and through the app. And that's really what the app is for.
That is great. How do people track you down, man? Because I think this should be in every house in the United States.
Well, just go to tingfire.com at the end of the day. So tingfire.com, you can sign up, you can order it online, you can see what insurance companies that we're working with there. And, we'd love to obviously, we're very passionate, just like you are. I can hear it, in preventing fires and saving lives. And that's what we're working hard to do every single day. So I want Ting in every home if we can get there. That's really our objective because it's going to save lives.
Thanks, Bob. I appreciate what you and your team are doing because it is such a big deal and it's something that has not been addressed until now. And I think it's really important for people to pay attention to. It doesn't matter if you're in a house or an apartment or anything else. This can be something that saves you your life and your belongings and other people around you. So I think it's really important for people to pay attention to this.
Eric, appreciate it very, very much.